destination unknown.
Hello everybody and welcome back to BCN Sports. Alongside the man that's more fun than a Tickle Me Elmo, Julian Gonzalez. I'm Mike Julian and we're glad to have you part of the show.
That's right, Michael. We've got an action-packed episode in what will be our last of the semester. But dry your eyes, little girl, because we'll be back at it like crack addicts in the spring.
We won't keep you waiting and we'll move right along to the Dan and Morrill Gym.
Bowdoin men's basketball starting out hot on the season, 4-1, and looking to keep the heat up as against Bates at home.
First half action, and it was all Will Hanley all day long. You might as well call this kid Atlas, because he was carrying the polar bear on his shoulders in the first half.
Hanley, pride of New Canaan, Connecticut, 6'7", 185, soaking wet, but the kid can shoot. 6 of 8 on the half, good for 13 points. Booyah!
That's right, Gonzi. Hanley was the only hot hand as the polar bear shot 37% in the first half, scoring only a measly 24 points.
Bates was going to roll over and steal Bowdoin's proverbial sheets. Jimmy O'Keefe getting back-to-back buckets to close out the half and giving Bates the 4-point advantage.
Things would start to get out of hand as Bates extended their lead to 11, sparked by Brian Ellis Island.
But how Bowdoin would respond. Will Hanley saying, "Date this," putting it in the hole, hoop and that harm, razzle in the dazzle, and one.
Hanley finishing with a game-high 21 points and 12 boards. Get in the van, freshman!
After trading buckets and Mark Phillips. Friends call him the Shark. I call him Poseidon, because there's nothing in the water bigger than this guy.
Step 1, ball in hand. Step 2, yoke on the opponent who looks like the Geico caveman. Oh,
we love it! Mark Phillips, baby!
Offense wins games, but defense wins championships. Kyle Jackson rejecting Scott plays harder than when he applied to Bowdoin.
Bowdoin up 2 with under a minute to play, and it's Bates star guard Chris Wilson. Friends call him Chris, I call him Clutch. This game is tied up like your girlfriend to the bedpost.
And we go to bonus basketball, ladies and gentlemen. It's kill or be killed. They're playing with the golden gun.
Chris Wilson, the Undertaker, because he's burying the 3. He finished with 19.
But Kyle Jackson says, "Call me Moses and follow me to the promised land," nailing back-to-back three-pointers and saying, "Anything you can do, I can do better." Jackson finished with 20 points with 5 dimes.
The Bears would roll on to close it out in OT, 71-62, and host Maine Maritime this Tuesday.
Just a couple hours later, it's another hot shooting freshman that's dropping 21 for the Bears, Jill Henriksen.
Hosting the Mules of Colby College, the 4-2 Polar Bears, and Henriksen went off.
Coming from the bench, 6 of 8 shooting and hitting 9 free throws, and this girl's a freshman, and she's not afraid to try anything. She provided the offensive spark in the first half, deep in the cut. Going into the half, Bowdoin had a 2-point advantage, and this is where the fun will begin, Stephen.
After a flurry of Colby points, Leah Rubega decides to go to work. The bank is open, and she's cashing in.
Colby would take the lead on an Allison Capoloni jumper, but would connect just on one of their 9 final shots, leaving the door open for Leah Rubega.
She's straight ballin', as the kids say these days. Offensive rebounds galore. She finished with 12 points and 15 boards, giving Bowdoin the lead down the stretch.
Bowdoin would connect on their final 8 shots from the charity stripe and close the books on Colby for their 17th straight win against our safety school.
Sister school. The only thing they're good for is the interlibrary loan.
That takes 3 days.
In what would be the last Bowdoin-Colby men's ice hockey game in the Dayton Arena, the Bears were not fucking around, and there is no other way to say this.
Opening period, and Tommy Hurd finding Mike Corbell on the slot, saying, "Boom goes the dynamite," giving the Bears the early lead.
But Colby wasn't just going to bend over and take it as usual.
No.
Second period on the power play, Carl Burns
Smithers
dishing it to Billy Crinan, who trickled the puck through.
You might want to get that tricked out.
Billy. Now it's time to take a look at this massacre. Mike Corbell breaks his stick and then opens up a can of whoop ass on everyone in the vicinity.
Blocked by Crinan. Burns, who's knocked down hard behind the net by Corbell. Corbell without a stick, really doing some work. Now hitting up hard Sullivan.
Fans are really loving Corbell now. 2 big hits and a broken stick out on the ice for Michael Corbell. Another great play by Corbell. He tips the puck out of the zone, sliding. He's got no stick out there.
A real headhunter, that kid Corbell is. Just 34 seconds later, oh, Canada. Colin McCormack on the rebound and tapping everything.
Just 9 minutes left, and it's Brandon the Third Reich collecting T. Hurd's second assist of the night and saying, all right, get down. Cool, get down.
If I mess up, my dad's going to beat me. Cool.
Bowdoin
goalie Chris Nerlin, who stopped 16 shots, would earn the Pete Shue honors, giving the MVP to the big man on campus, the cheese, the big kahuna.
Enough! Bowdoin rolls on to win this one 3-1, improving to 5-1-1 on the season. Cool. All right.
Get down. Moving to the field hockey on ice, where the girls were hosting Colby Community College for a little Disney on Ice.
That's right, Michael, but this one was certainly Beauty and the Beast. Just 1 minute into the game, and it's Becky Julian.
Not my ex-wife.
Saying, call up Roto-Rooter because I just clogged the net.
Julian's ringing the doorbell, but Lindsay McNamara is answering. This girl majors in scoring at Bowdoin. If one word could describe her play over the last 4 years, it'd be, damn!
But Julian was not done yet. No, we are not talking about the Julian that's pushing 225 and sitting to my immediate left. Run! Becky Julian. Friends call her Becky, I call her BJ.
Because she was blowing away the competition. In the third period, it's not Thanksgiving, but she's whipping out the turkey.
She's wiping off her face and saying, please, sir, I want some more. If this girl had a Bowdoin personal ad, it'd say, I'll be discreet, but I'll haunt your dreams. And Bowdoin goes on to drop this one 3-1.
Hey, if her and I got married and she hyphenated her last name, it'd be Becky Julian.
Oh, my God.
For BCN Sports, I'm Mike Julian.
And I'm Steven Gonzalez. And this is Sparta!